is awesome. You got to see some of the stuff they have. So we're here at Faster Proms with Jeremy, and we're gonna see what we brought him. Initial reaction?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna see. I saw the one picture, and it looks pretty cool. I want to see where you put the methanol and all that, and actually I'd like to check out that turbo manifold too. So.
Well, the hardest part of checking out the turbo manifold is actually seeing it. It's kind of buried.
Okay.
But brace yourself.
That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Real life Ameribara.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, that's really nice. I really like that. Actually.
So Calvin helped Ben test fit this on a Trailblazer he had at his house. I don't know if it was there when you went and visited him, but it fit in there. All I had to do to keep the AC was really just unbolt the accumulator and slide it up, and then heat route these lines. But it fit in there with no fabrication required.
Okay.
Stock computer. Methanol is between the blow-off valve and the IAT.
And how big is the jet that you got there?
The bigger one that they provided. I'll look in the kit instructions, but they provide two, and that one's supposed to be good for like 800 wheel.
Okay.
Probably a little bit overkill maybe, but
yeah, I'd like to know how much it is, because the more methanol the better, and if we can drown it with methanol then better.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a check valve on this guy right here?
no, so there's I capped it what goes to the intake, so it doesn't go to the intake at all.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to be sure about that.
So the tuning that Matt and I did remotely, everything we did was no methanol. I pulled the fuse. I can tell you IAT temps on a 90-degree day after like 3 or 4 pulls, IAT was about 135, manifold was about 160. Okay. And then it would, if I drove it a little bit, it would cool back down.
Yep. Okay. Very
So
good.
I was actually surprised it wasn't higher, and we saw a max of 9 pounds.
One other thing that I would probably want to do is, I say this all the time, is if you start with cooler air, you're going to end with cooler air. So if you either extended this or somehow or another got better, colder, denser air, or boxed this off.
I was going to try and use this and make a heat shield to kind of, but I just ran out of time, unfortunately.
No, certainly. And again, like I'd always be like, start with cardboard, and then make it out of ABS plastic, and cardboard's like that, CAD, cardboard aided design.
I've never heard that.
But that's cool. I mean, this is definitely pretty awesome. This is something I really wanted to do. Like on my BMW, we were just kind of talking about this. I wanted to put this motor in the BMW because I think it would really wake the hell up. I mean, you could probably make the power that I would want to make on that motor with the turbo NA with this.
It is pretty impressive, and I've seen a couple of NA setups that they make closing in on like 400 wheel.
Oh heck yeah, that's awesome.
And Calvin said, one of my I guess concerns was having VVT only on the exhaust.
Right.
But Calvin has said, like, playing with that angle, especially for a drag car, he thinks his theory is kind of relieving that cylinder pressure has really helped it pick up power.
Yeah. Top end better.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you got his phone number, right? I had it. I don't remember.
I do.
Yeah. So we're gonna give him a ring if I get into a pickle.
Absolutely. Yeah, so he was telling me there's a way to lock it in the gear, but I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hold second here, and then hopefully this will stay there.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll shift out or not, to be honest.
All right, so I'm just gonna watch that air fuel and see how she goes here. too, for starters. So
Nice.
it got a lot of spark knock.
Woo! Smells like McDonald's.
Smell what? I don't smell fat in the air. Honestly. All right. So yeah, not a bad start. And actually, even Calvin was like, "Hey, it's probably going to make peak power at 5,700. That may change, but it looks like it's still going to keep on freight training. That could be a characteristic of the AR on the exhaust side. But it looks like it has yet to peak. That's 392. The air fuel is 11.0. It has a funky, you know, very, very little timing. We got to see what it'll take and tolerate. So obviously, there's transitional issues.
Yep.
So we're going to try and work on that and see what we can do.
Now,
I got a lot to cover. Okay. All right, so we're going to give a super quick breakdown on all the stuff, what I've changed to kind of keep it short and sweet here. We took the top speed limiter, we raised it. However, we're going to be careful about, we don't want to, I don't know if I trust the drive shaft how far yet. So, I mean, maybe, you know, later on you get a bigger, badder drive shaft, you can really do a third gear nasty pull. Lean on it hard. There's a number of things in the transmission that were torque management. I'm also going to have the torque converter lock harder. So if and when the torque converter does lock up, it should not be slipping as much.
Okay.
I reduced the shift time moderately. I added a little bit of line pressure, trying to keep it from slipping. Okay. Moving on to the engine stuff. There's a lot of airflow parameters. You have a turbo on it. So there's a lot of airflow correlation parameters that would set, because again, we're going to have massive amounts more airflow than what it would be generating naturally aspirated. On that pull, we saw about 10 pounds of boost. It's 165 kPa, if that is in fact accurate. So that would be right at 10 pounds. The timing is very, very soft, but again, we have lots of torque management that I deleted. So let me stay focused here, because I can easily through our conversations, you can see how I can get like scatterbrained really quickly. Okay, we did have spark knock. If we look at the log right here, when I first stepped on it here, this can be anticipated spark knock. We did not even make boost where it spark knocked. So what I'm thinking is that this is in fact anticipated spark knock. It pulled 10 degrees of timing, which is insane. So we are going to try and address that. This table right here has to do with guesstimated airflow with, let's see how to phrase this. It has to do with airflow related to RPM and knock sensor value. So if let's just say the turbo makes noise at a certain area, it can view that as spark knock, even if we're out of boost, and or if the engine is accelerating much more rapidly than what it was expected to, it can revert to a protective table. So we're going to throw that out the window, and we're going to watch for knock, listen for knock, and whatever. But the fact that we have a colder plug and the 85, and we weren't even in boost, I'm going to say without a shadow of a doubt that is not knock. Okay, so we're going to still use the knock sensors, but we're going to tone them down a little bit.
Okay.
There was a couple tables that had to do with throttle response, and I made that so that should be more aggressive. There was a lot of timing retard in some other areas. We minimalized that. This is also an acceleration based power limiter. I deleted that. We're targeting a slightly leaner mixture here by half an air fuel point. We were 11.0 on the top end there, so hopefully we can get to 11.5. I'm going to just very, very cautiously, we'll do another pull before we turn the methanol on, and see what happens, and then go from there. We're going to have a lot of pulls because I'm learning as we go. I love this processor. I absolutely love this processor. I know it very well. We're just doing it on a different application. It's going to want different stuff.
Essentially, this is like an LS computer, right?
Yeah. This should be a E67 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, E67. Right there.
Like, what else would this computer be found in?
CTSVs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. ZR1s.
So right up your alley.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic processor. So, all right, we need to go to here. All right. So again, we're just gonna kind of, I'm gonna try and take it easy and just see how things go. controller.
There it goes. Yeah, once it blinks like that, it's off.
Same fuel map, so it's gonna do that little pickup deal and whatever, and we'll see what happens here. Well, hold on, we went back to first gear. Hold on. Slow down there, Tiger. Hold on.
So angry.
Sounds so angry.
Okay, hold on, just here. I know our air temperature's higher, but let's see what's happened here. So, see if we still have spark knock. And it is very rich. Somehow or another, we seem to have lost a bunch of power. Huh. I know when I stepped on it there, we had basically preheated it a little bit. And we did have some spark knock on the top, but yeah, we got a lot to figure out here. So. It's incredible the amount of oh yeah.
That light should come on soon.
It freaked out there, so let's get that on. Come on. Goodness gracious, slow as ever. Okay, so we're definitely like, it's super rich. That's like off the chart right there, which I expect, but I don't understand why we're still so far down on power and whatnot. Yeah. I have a lot of undoing in order to be able to make this work. Alright, so I guess it's not a fluke. Alright, so check this out. We do need to pull the ABS fuse, because I think that before it was either applying the brake or something, because it legitimately just made 400 wheel.
Oh wow. You're gonna like this one.
is coming around here. I don't have. I was looking at. Hold on. I'll just.
You made more power, that's for sure.
437, 380. Okay.
Sounded good till that top part.
Right, yeah, and it's still having that little hiccup. Okay. So that, I mean, that has nothing to do with... I like the direction, but it still has that glitch.
Yeah.
And that is a VE map glitch. Okay. I can say now, oh my God, I went to 1. It's a fuel cut. Like, it acts like a fuel cut.
Yeah.
Because the injector base pulse went to 0.1. Yeah, I mean, we just got to find the right numbers and hopefully it doesn't occur.
Yeah.
You know, we're fudging something to try and make it work. Well, it is that time. It is late.
It is late. That's not the real time, but it is late.
Yeah, it's only actually 30 minutes fast though, so. All right, so we're doing some tweaking. I had a little bit much airflow while it was cold, and I'm trying to get it to just have better manners. It was like hanging high idle and stuff, but let's check drivability. Yeah, dude, this sounds like an automatic Supra. It really does. So we're like really rich at idle now, but we're cruising wise really good. So we're gonna see if I can get it. So the injectors were so big, we had a little, I don't want to say revelation or resolution at the end of all this, but wow, that like rolls in. I did not even mean to do that. I was like trying to hold like 30% throttle. And yeah, that was actually kind of surprising here. We still have some issues because this map is just super weird, but it's gonna like roll into boost funny, so we're gonna spend most of this time trying to get that figured. But yeah, that wasn't full throttle, but it was like kind of close.
It just sounds
like it needs a little bit more fuel up top, but it's like the transition is still a little ugly. But yeah, not bad. It's coming around.
It sounds so good. Like, it just, you don't expect that from a full-size SUV.
Pretty much most of these this way, or is this like...
Well, you can get it.
Option.
You can get it in rear-wheel drive,
okay.
yeah. But I just wanted a 4-wheel drive one because I thought it would be cool.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. making way more power than they make with bolt-ons. You're making head and cam Trailblazer SS power right now. Not as much torque, but this is also probably a little bit lighter, I would think, too.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, it's got its perks. I think you have certain areas that you're gonna most definitely out accelerate them. They have some areas they might be able to launch better, but we really should try a launch.
I cannot agree more.
We should just see what she does. We got to check the boost too, because I think that this thing's gonna creep up a little bit. Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, we have to really make that wide here. I don't know how much I want to try and foot brake this, but
I did it yesterday to like 2,500-ish.
okay.
I think you could actually push it more, but I didn't.
Okay, let's just do that. Here we go. Yeah, we need. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty competitive, honestly. We need to lower the shift. It's like nicking the rev limiter, and I need to add some more line pressure to it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. I really kind of want one. I really do. This would be it'd be really fun to be able to have a manual trans in something like this.
Oh, 100%.
So my son's got a Volvo in the back. You know, this would be a perfect engine for that.
Oh man.
A Volvo with like a, I don't know.
So
CDO trans.
So Ryan Blazer is putting a CDO9 behind the 4200 in his Volvo wagon right now.
Oh, killer.
Use the CDO9 out of the Frontier with the FabBot adapter and an AR5 bell housing. It bolted right up. And an M-Tech flywheel. Literally, that's everything. The only thing you have to figure out is the clutch, which some people have done already.
That's pretty sick, dude.
All right, here comes Jeremy. He's gonna do a little four-wheel drive launch. Kind of excited. See what she does. Oh, it's so sick.
Yeah, that was definitely the best one yet.
What'd you think?
That was good. That was good. It definitely feels like it'll do, you know, mid-12s, I think.
It looks, it sounds money.
Yeah. You want me to do a flyby real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Good.
On the way home.
I'll hop in the back so I can get chauffeured. Okay. Oh. And because I can, it's a full-size SUV.
Yeah, air temperature did come down a bit. It's like 130 something.
Okay. Oh wow, it comes back down fast.
Yeah, it was not bad.
And granted, ambience, I don't know what it is right now, but it like probably like mid-low 70s.
Yeah.
degrees
works
over
so good.
ambient?
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you start at like say 90 miles an hour, you're going to be no more than 102 at the top end.
Wow.
It's so good. It just really works. Incredible. But it's a big, huge.
Yeah, it looks like two welded together almost.
It is, yeah. All right, on the way back, we'll go ahead and do a little.
What's crazy is it feels this quick in four-wheel drive.
You need to turn that back on. Well, hold on, we gotta keep turning around here. So
Now, I haven't done enough research to see if that auto four-wheel drive is worth doing. Like, will it engage it automatically based on front tire slip? I have no idea. But
so if you're just cruising along and somebody rolls up and you're like, oh, and he's like, oh, and you're like, ah, and you're just like. Rip, dude.
and then
Rip's pretty good.
and then that S197 Mustang's like, what just happened?
Yeah. It's got a little lull on that shift, so it's like a looser converter would help, but it's like after it gets past that lull, and it could also be the trans slipping a little bit too, but I mean after that it's good. I mean it's like 60 something miles an hour on, it's like it's just coming alive, you know. So yeah,
Air intake's already back down to 138.
yeah, it's not bad.
I don't know what it climbed to, but like that comes back fast.
Yeah.
Just pushing all that hot air through it, even with the meth. I wonder if it helped get the meth to come on a little bit sooner.
Maybe, but after all of the drama that we've been through to try and get the
Yeah, I'm not gonna-
enrichment okay,
Yeah,
it's like we just gotta find what's gonna work the best here. So,
for sure.
well, that, my friend, is a day. That is
Yeah, in case anyone's wondering, that is not PM.
yeah, pretty much normal faster prompts time for getting done, man. But yes, yeah, it is actually like 12:39, 12:38 right now. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make maybe one more adjustment, but yeah.
Sick.
She's good, man.
All right, well, it is late at night. We're going to wrap this up, but I think I take today as a huge success. The dyno numbers, which were second gear, SAE around 9 PSI. We saw, I think, a best of around 440 wheel and 390 torque. Jeremy has done an excellent job, and you want to let him know what your overall thoughts are on the platform and what you think of today?
I'm pretty impressed, but I am going to go on the record so that you have to put an intercooler on this thing.
Yeah.
We want to run a colder plug. We have a few things that I really want to do before you really push it, but yeah, I mean, gradually ease into it. I think that the platform has tremendous capability, tremendous potential, and I would still love to entertain many ideas that I have with it, but I think the turbo is sized fantastically. I like it. I really do like it. I think it has a lot of untapped potential, and the fact that it's economical. Yeah, I mean, that's check in my book.
So if you had to pick, put you on the spot here, Trailblazer SS or Atlas 4200 with this setup or something similar.
I like this. I think that, my qualifier is I'm going to be a pain in the butt about the air temperature, because it's like I don't want to give it my full blessing yet.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But I think that once you get that taken care of, and I think that the power is going to go way up when we can control the air temperature a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, hands down, this would be more than like a stroker Trailblazer SS. Like, for them to hit 500 wheel, it requires a lot of stuff, and you would be probably knocking on the door of 475 plus.
Okay.
And you're, you could turn it up another pound, and then maybe another more pound,
for
and
sure.
then another pound.
The famous just one more
pound.
So we did see an extra PSI on the street here and a little bit cooler air temps because maybe we forgot to turn the fan on towards the end of the dyno run. So I don't know if you think it makes a little bit more than the 440 that we made on the dyno. I don't know what your expert opinion is.
I think we're right there.
Pretty close.
I mean,
okay.
like I mean, the reality of it was like we probably settled in at like 420 something, and the air temperature on the street is a little hotter, so it's a little tit for tat. It's like even though it's a little hotter on the street, we're making 1 more pound on the street, so it's like we might have lost a little bit because of this, but we got more with more volume with boost.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Thanks, man. And if you guys like the video, please give it a like, give it a share. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I appreciate you guys sticking with us. It's a late night, so if I'm jumbling my words, I apologize.
Yeah.
But we'll catch you in the next one. Next thing that's up is track testing. So thanks again. Catch you in the next one. Peace.